Hi, this is George from Digital High Road. Welcome to today's video. We're going to be doing a video where I'm going to show you with easy steps on how to use Conversion.AI, the content creator that uses artificial intelligence, and how we go through and can create a long blog post within limited time compared to how much it would take you to do it normally. And if during this video you find that you would be interested in purchasing this program, there's going to be a link down in the description for a 5-day free trial. So you can take a look at it through a 5-day free trial and see if there's something in there that you can use for your online business. So let's move on into how to make a long blog post using Conversion.ai. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. I just got through creating the video that you're going to be getting a chance to look at here in a second, and I went through steps over a period of time. It's my first time through using Conversion.ai to create a long blog post, but this is amazing. It's truly revolutionary how quickly I created around 1,000-word rough draft blog post, which I know I can fill out very easy by adding products and monetization. And all it is just adding another keyword to the article, keywords that are related. You'll see in the steps ahead, and how excited that I'm sure you will be too using Conversion.ai. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is our goal today is to create a long blog post. And long, what I mean by long is 1,000 to maybe 1,500 words. And I don't know how long it's going to take us, but we'll kind of time it and give you a roundabout time that it took us once we get finished with it. I just want to take you step for step in Conversion.ai and show you how I do this and how easy it is to use Conversion to create your blog post. Okay, so what I'm starting with is I had a bunch of keywords I did a couple years ago that I did research on, and these are keywords I wanted to write articles about. Well, I hadn't written the article yet about trying to calm your horse. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at how to calm your horses, how to calm down a hot horse, how to calm a horse while riding. So those are going to be the 3 keywords that we're going to look at. Okay, so this is my worksheet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting in these 3 keyword phrases. And we're going to build the article off these right here. So what I want to do is we'll show you in Conversion AI what we've done. Now, the first step I did already, and this only took a couple minutes to do. But then I'm going to show you the next 2 keyword phrases and how I put it in here and then how it generates the content. Now I just wanted to show you, I put it in a keyword phrase. What I did was I went to Google. I put trying to calm your horses in here. And I found an article here which I went to. Someone else has written, and I just read through, and I found one paragraph that I wanted to take and see if there was something they could build content from. So I came back here, and that right here is that. So what I did was I made a casual tone of voice, and I put it in English, and I generated 3 copies. 3 copies are these right here. There's an agitate, because this is a problem, agitate, solution. The problem, okay, and agitate. And then if you read through here, it's pretty good stuff. Now what it gave me 3 different ones. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to star these as favorites so that I can keep them. And I'm not going to read them right now because I just want to show you the next step on how easy it is to go through and generate the content. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pause this for a second. Okay, so the next thing, what I'm doing is the next keyword is going to be how to calm down a hot horse. So I took that and I put that in here. And then I came over here and I put how to calm down a hot horse. I looked at this first one again, the first #1 ranking, and I thought maybe that I couldn't work with that too well. It's kind of, like uses a lot of flash and moving parts, and it seems to be more skim. Not saying the content isn't good, I'm just saying I felt more comfortable working with this content here. Now what I found in this other article, it's this, how to calm a hot horse from Horse and Ride. What I did was I found right here, this paragraph. Now I can only use 400. We'll copy this, we'll go to here. Can only use 400. Now it will only take 400, so if it's over, okay, it took it. So it's 385, so that works perfect. Now I left the casual and from the first one in English. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to generate, let's do two. Generate two sources of content, two different ones, two sets. We'll see what it comes up with. Now this is live, so you're seeing how long this is taking right before your very eyes. Now it's up here because it comes in up top. It says just now and just now. So you saw that popped up. That's probably less than 15 seconds maybe. So I've got this content here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to star this. I'm going to star this. Now I'm not going to read it yet, because what I want to do is I want to do my keyword research for my third one. Okay, so my next keyword is how to calm a horse while riding. I did the same thing. I went to Google, put in the phrase. I went down to the first one. I looked at the second one. Now I've got the first one here. And it has nice large fonts, and you can quickly find something. And I'm going to take this part right here. Looks like about 400 characters. And I'm going to come here. I'm going to copy this over. I'm going to insert that. And then I need to get my keyword back. How to calm a horse while riding. We'll just replace this. You can see how easy this is. And I'm going to do two copies. We're going to generate content again. So it's spinning, and while it does this, we'll just talk to you. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to take these, once we get the content, now you see it popped up already, and what we're going to do is we're going to build out a blog page using these three sets of keywords that we're going to go after as headers, divisions, dividers. So that's it for that part. Okay, the next step was I went to personnel and make sure I'm in my personal folder. And then I came down here to favorites and I clicked on that, and then this came up. And what I want to do is, this is the newest to oldest. So my next step is I'm going to go through this. I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to go through this and I'm going to pick out content that I want. And then we're going to use Conversion.AI next to show you what's going on with that. Okay, so the next thing I did was I had to set up and find a title for my article. So what I did was I came into the dashboard here, and that's where I had all the frameworks. So I came down here and looked for the perfect headline. So I clicked on the perfect headline, and what came up was this. And what I did was I put in best calmer for nervous horses, which I took from one of these script phrases. And then I put in the three keyword phrases. I put in Western horse riding, the name of my site, and then I put in casual, and then I asked for outputs. I think I did 2 outputs at the time. What I came up with was these right here. Okay, these were 3 different suggestions for titles. I did put in 3 outputs. So this is what came up. And what I did was I went through these to see which one I thought would be best. And what I picked out was you can get a calmer, happier, and healthier horse with our techniques. So as you can see, if we go into our site now, this is our Western horse site. I'm in the WordPress. I set up a new post. Here's the title that we found right here. Okay, took a couple minutes of effort reading through after I figured out what to put in here. Then what I ended up with was the title here, and then I set up as a draft. Now, what I end up doing next is, what we'll get into next, is how I set up the first phase of texting here, of text that's in here. And I'll show you that in a second here. Okay, so what I did next was I took the content. Remember, I set up this right here, and I put in first keyword, and then I had to set up, I put in the first 3 sets of work that we did for each one, and that's in here. Now what I did next was I took and read through and picked out the content that I wanted, and then I put it in order. This is exactly as Conversion.ai gave it to me right here. So that's right here was what I took. I copied and pasted it into this right here. And then I went through and separated it. Went through, read it, highlighted what I wanted highlighted. I set up some headers. These are H2s, I believe. These are H5s. And broke up in the content into pieces of content. So at this moment, so far in building our post, it looks like this. Now I haven't written. I think I changed this right here. I changed this sentence just a little bit so it would read a little bit better. But everything else in here is exactly as written by Conversion.ai. Okay, so just it's time for a quick recap. What I've done, I've set up a separate notepad for each one of the 3 keywords. Okay, for this keyword here, which was the first of the 3, trying to calm your horses. The second keyword was how to calm down a hot horse. And the third keyword is how to calm a horse while riding. And what I did was I set up these separate. This is number 1 here. And this is all the content that was generated in Conversion.AI in here. And all these A1 outputs. Remember, we went through all this. Okay, so they're now, to this point, they're being used right here. Everything they produced is here. I said except for this one sentence here. This one sentence right here I changed just a little bit. Everything else is exactly as produced by Conversion.AI. Now what I'm doing next is I'm taking these notepads. I already did this one here, 1. The next one I'm going to do is the second one right here. I'm going to work on this now. I'm going to read through the content that's been produced. This is what I had to choose from, and then I'm going to pick out in the order what I want, and then I'll put it in here, and then you'll see the second step, and then we'll do the same with the third step. I just wanted to update you. That's where we're at the moment in the steps. Okay, so we're going to microscope in. We're going to zero in on exactly what I'm doing here. Now this is point number 2 right here, how to calm a hot horse. And these are the 2, we got problem, agitate, solution, with 2 things that came up from Conversion.ai that are in here. Okay, so what I'm doing is we're going to look at these 2 here, and then what I've done is I've read through this and I've picked out what I want in the order that I want. Okay, so I'm doing now is I'm just checking real quick to see. I think I'm going to add this sentence in. towards the end here as like a recap. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to read to see. And you see here's to agitate. I'm going to take that out. This is just the text that Conversion.ai created. Okay, so now I've got that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy and paste this from here. And then we're going to go into our post here. And this is going to be down here below. This is keyword number 2. I'm going to put the content in here. And then what I'm going to do is do the same thing for number 3. And then I'll go through and format these, tighten this up, and I'll show you exactly then what we ended up with. Okay, so I want to make my article a bit longer. Right now, I just finished this. I'm at 691 words. That's using the 3 keywords. What I did was I came back here to the page where I had the keywords. Now these are the 3 that we already did content with. And what I decided to do was to take these 3 here. These were additional keywords through keyword research. Now I think keyword research and having keywords ready to go to expand an article to the length you want could help. So what I did was I took a horse calming supplement, which is part of one of these keywords. Horse calm supplement, right here. I put this in here, and I took a description that described from one of these other content areas in here about the horse being skittish. I took that and took that content and then put that in here to Conversion.ai. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to copy the content here. It won't be from this one, it'll be from the other one. This one here gave me what I wanted as horse compliments. So I'm going to take this one here and make this a favorite. And click on this, and it comes up to be copied. I'm just going to copy that to my clipboard, and then we're going to add that as content. Okay, so our post has now grown into what looks like this. This is just a rough thing. You can take this, fill it out, read through, maybe add another keyword to make the article longer, or a couple keywords and do some research and use the Conversion.ai, use the section in here. I used product description to get a product description, and we'll talk about that in a second. It looks like is this as we scroll down through it. And then the 4th section I put was you can try horse calming supplements. And then I even added a product description here, which will lead into a monetization section. So as you can see, start adding images, a video or 2 if you can find it, something that relates to it, monetized it. You'll end up getting a really good article out of this. Okay, so there's keyword number 1, keyword number 2, keyword number 3, and then we added 4. You can add a horse, try a horse calming supplement. And then what I did was I even added a product description because some of this area here talked about a vet who was quoted as saying this was a supplement he uses in his practice. What I did was I came in here to Conversion.ai, and when I got to the supplement area, I came to the product description. I had the product name, and I took the information about it that was given as I built the site out, and then I searched for 3 varieties right here. And I picked one of them and then copied it, and then we put it into the post, which is this one right here. So that's how we got that. Now, we took I'll get the notepad over here. I found the content that I wanted. I put this content in from this here down to the bottom was added. We're now at 968, but you can start reading through. It'll easily fill out. But it would cost me anywhere from probably $25 to $40 to have this length of article. I think this is amazing. Personally, I think Conversion.ai and what I just showed you I did here, I am absolutely positive I could get this narrowed down to a 3.5 to 4 hour process, including images, videos, and monetizations. I don't know what else to say. I hope you got something from this video. Give me your yes comments or your negative comments. Whatever you feel about Conversion.ai, let me know down in the comment section area. So if you got something from this video, please give me a thumbs up, like the video. Again, remind you, don't forget to leave comments. I would appreciate that. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and then hit the bell icon so you get notified every time I publish a new video to our channel. If Conversion.ai makes you as excited as I am about it, and I've already purchased it, there's a link for it down in the description. Please click on that link. You can get access to it now. And I've got a review, which we'll put in the upper right-hand corner up here for you, that I just recently did on the product too. If you don't know about the product, you can check that review out. But please click the link. You can get your own access to Conversion.ai. And I think you'll find that it's a product that is something you won't be able to live without as you move forward with your internet marketing business, no matter what business you have. So thanks again for watching. Take care, and we'll see you later. So long.